Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see in our channel, this is a normal video, and we thought we'd make a quick story time to explain some of the things that have happened in our life recently,
and some of the rumors, clearing it up.
So this story all starts off with when we were a couple of years ago. When we were in S3, so we're about 14 years old.
This is really emotional.
Same. We're about 14 years old, guys. Right? Boom. We come in, right? This random place, right? We're trying to go to this like big supermarket place to go get some food because we were gonna go out.
We were really, really hungry.
Extremely hungry. So we go in and we see this guy, and he's like acting weird, acting sketchy. So we think, what else are we gonna do? So we follow him outside. Then he starts like talking about like he's gonna like do something to the whole of the world, and I'm like, what? Like, this guy's obviously like crazy in the head. And then he pulled out this device, like, explain the device, like it's like actual massive.
It was like a box with a giant red button on it that said don't press. But he looked like he was about to press it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very bad because it's obviously against the rules of the button, which says don't.
Exactly. Like but you can only like, if someone's talking about like destroying the world, then gonna push a button, like, come on, guys. And he was like not in a like public place as well, he was in a private place.
He was in a private disabled toilet.
We
overheard him because we were with our friend.
No, we were together and we were in the cubicle next to him. So yeah. And we could basically.
And we were with our friend.
What friend?
And he said, "Be there, be square."
So obviously, we see this guy in the bathroom and we're like, what's going on? So he comes out of the bathroom and then he goes back in. We're like, oh, well, he must have just forgot something. But no, we see this like big red button that he's about to press. So we go charging in full speed. Stop, stop, stop.
And he said, why?
Huh?
Yeah, he was just confused. He's like, who are you? Who are you? Like, how do you know who I am? And I'm like, what do you mean, who are you? And then he started introducing himself. And I'm like, why are you going to introduce yourself? Like,
and guess what his name is? He said, he said, hello, my name is
Mr. He said his name is Mr. Utterson. Then he said his name is Victor Utterson. So he said
Victor
Utterson, right? So that was his name, right?
He was Russian.
Yeah, he was Russian. He was always talking in the Russian accent. And so we went charging in, two teenagers, just wanted to eat our snacks, and we've got our bags in our hands, and we just started beating this guy up and like trying to avoid the button. We started beating this guy up, beating this guy up, beating this guy up. She was punching him, I kicked him. She spun me around really fast, and because I'm quite small, I was running on the walls, and then she put me on the ceiling, and then I came charging down at his head and started beating him up from there.
Just remember that she's small, because
it's important to the story. So
she's very petite, which ties in to later events, which you're gonna have to know.
So
you need to know this.
After that's happened, after all of this outrage, we think, oh my goodness, who was that guy? Like, he's just ruined all of our food, all of our shopping, everything. So we don't have any money left because we only brought £5, and we're really annoyed. And then these random people start coming in. Who are you? Who are you? Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. We put our hands in the air because we don't want to die. We don't want to die. Of course.
We're all dressed in black.
In suits.
So even the shirt was black and the tie was black, everything.
And then, sorry, I didn't know you were done speaking. Yeah. I apologise. What happened then was that we were like, well, that's not fair. Who are you? And they're like, how did you take him down? I was like, who? And they went, Victor Utterson. And I went, well, what do you mean? Like, he's just an average guy. Like, obviously we're going to handle him, you know. And so they came up to us and like, you need to come back to our place. And we're like, what is your place? And they took us back to this like lab. It looked like a lab. It looked like a, what do you call it? Like a garage thing? Laboratory. Yeah, like a place like that. Like, I don't know, like
and it had like bottles.
Yeah, like everywhere.
Filled with different coloured substances.
And then they said, listen, we've got to do something. So they started giving us lots of tests. They started making me shoot bow and arrows. They started making her shoot bow and arrows from her feet, etc. etc. I don't know.
And I had to use my toes. I had to intertwine them like this on the arrow.
It was quite cool. And I had to have mine on fire as well, so don't forget that.
I had to put a big apple on her head.
Yeah, and I was so scared that she was gonna shoot me. Like, obviously we're just 14 teenagers. Like, we didn't know, of
And
course.
keep in mind, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah, only 2 years ago. So skip forward, we get recruited as spies, and they're like, yeah, basically, to make a long story short, they recruited us as spies. Now, we had been spies for, like, we only thought
So,
they were
can I start the
fake.
pause? That was our recruiter.
Yeah.
To let us know about some secret missions.
And they don't know that we're making this video, and we're only making it because we're very upset with the agency and upset with the way that they're running things now, and it's really upsetting. Just absolutely outrageous that they're doing this. And so, they say that we're spies. We're like, whoa, this has to be a joke. Like, this is my dream.
Very unexpected.
Yeah, like, we never thought that they're real.
Yeah.
Like we genuinely didn't think that they were real. So we're sitting there and we're like, oh my gosh. Anyway, skip forward. They make us our suits. Skip forward. They start making us have missions. We have these, like, bracelets, necklaces that we press them. They contact, like, hologram. Yeah, all that jazz.
And everything that you would expect in a spy movie. Like, we had those powder cases, laser pointer,
so
machinery, and we had those pens with all that. Yeah. And we had those pens with everything. Here's an example of one.
This is a microphone pen, so you just click it on the top.
And you just do hello, hello, hello.
I can hear that in my earpiece.
Yeah,
Earpiece, not
we have
earpiece.
earpieces, which I can't show, which is why I'm showing
Yeah, it's right inside
If
our
I
ear.
show this one, then
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
So, obviously, you guys have to believe us because they're probably going to just make us out to be liars, but we're just telling you. We went on a mission recently, and this is why we're making this video. We had been on several missions, maybe. We had to go out of school for missions as well, and we'd get bad attendance, and we'd go out of school, and on Halloween, we had to go at night time to a mission. It was so scary. Like, sometimes some of the things that those people were doing were so scary. But this one special mission.
For the missions, they always threaten us, saying if we tell anybody, they'll kill us. Which is why we're making this video, to get our voices out
Into
and
the
be
world.
heard.
We
Because
want to be
it's
heard.
unacceptable. But basically, the last mission that we did, which was the most serious one, we had to fly all the way to Hawaii, and basically, there was this one volcano that has been dormant for years now, and they told us to go in there.
Yeah, it was so scary. We were like, no, we're not doing it. We can't. We're just kids. We have our whole lives.
Keep in mind, we saw lava right at the bottom.
And it was like so hot. Like, I can't tell you guys. It's like if you put a heater on and touch it, but times 1,000, and it just came blubbering right in our face. Basically, what happened was,
Originally, we weren't gonna go because we saw how dangerous, but because we already took the mission, we already know what the mission is about. They said, if you don't take it, we'll kill you, we'll murder you, and we'll put your corpses up on display for your families to see.
they said that I can't. It's actually disgusting. I can't. They said that they would either A, put us in resin and make us as a table for our families to eat on.
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
I'm...
And they showed an example of our dear friend in resin as a table. Basically, we were eating with the recruiter, and they had food on the table. We were eating, and they took the tablecloth off, and there he was, covered in resin. And I was looking into his eyes.
We both looked into his eyes because he would look like this.
And there was no light in his eyes.
There was no shine.
There was no soul!
As we were saying, he was always a bright, sparkling light.
Speaking of sharks.
He was always a bright guy. He had his whole future ahead of him. He was our best friend and he was our tech guy. So I don't know why they had to do that to him. I think it's disgusting. I know that they were going to do it to him if they didn't. So
I heard from a friend of a friend that what he did was he told his only mother about the situation,
because she was scared and she wanted to call the police on him.
and so she did call the police, and the police contacted the spy agency. They called the spy agency, and
And what happened was, is that they didn't only put him in resin. They killed him by doing this. They put him between two sheets of plastic and they sucked all the air bit by bit.
And they
till
made
he
him
was a
sing.
wallpaper.
Tell them when they made him sing.
They made him sing the most horrendous song ever.
Shine light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy.
And that's actually, we've seen that as a metaphor because shine bright in the beautiful sea. But
Is that? That was a spy.
look,
Get us.
we thought this was a spy. Anyway, I've got to tell the rest of the story. We go to Hawaii. We're there. These guys come after us. It's pitch black darkness. We decide to jump in the lava. We have to, because they're after us on the volcano. There's nowhere else for us to go. If we go anywhere else, then we will die.
But turns out the lava wasn't lava. It was water. Underneath the water was a secret room. And that was
Mr. Utterson's room.
And it was his door that nobody goes into except
and
for
on
him.
the door he had a little gold plate that said Vector.
Yeah. So basically, we decided to go in there, right? We went in there. And we were like, what is going on? Like, what is this place? He tried to kill us too. He was trying to do it because they said,
Why did you feel your mission? Why did you feel your mission? Why?
and I said, I don't know. I'm really sorry. I really don't know. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm like 15 years old.
At that point in time. But then, our friend from the table, he was alive back then.
As she was saying,
The friend from the table came. He was still alive back then.
we didn't tell him.
Yeah. He only told her like 2 weeks ago, and when we saw it, we... Anyway.
So we were doing the mission and we get back up. We get back up to the surface of the lava in the volcano and it's pitch black
Because it was
darkness.
really hard to breathe in there. And he had all these chemicals. I think they were making him stronger, but us weaker.
So we had to get out of there and we started going to the volcano again and we get there and we see this like no offense, this guy's like really, really good looking, like it's like really looking. And we got to the top and we were like, what are you doing to it? What are you doing? Because basically he was trying to destroy our organisation, which helps civilization and helps innocent people get the safety that they need more than the police. And so obviously that's what we're doing. And so we seen this guy and we're like, right, I'm sorry, we need to. And like 100 guys jump at us. When I say 100, I mean 100.
We counted each and every single one of them.
So I told her, you take this side, I'll take that side. We started fighting. I felt a warm sensation come from here, down. And but I turned around and I see my fellow friend Veronica, my sister, my diehard all. She was getting beat up by someone and I had to take no chances. I didn't want her to end up dead like my other friend. I ran up to her, I was shaking her, come. I was ripping people off her. I realised that
That
she
was
still,
me.
yeah, she still wasn't there yet. I
It's a
thought,
hologram.
where did she run away to? Where is she? Where's my best friend? Oh my goodness, like, I'm so shocked. So this whole time has been a hologram. I sacrificed my life. Meanwhile,
I was locked in a cellar,
By-
fed mice, and fed scraps of
metal. And you know why I did that? And I'll tell you why. I did that. Well, I wouldn't say so much of a robot. She's
cyborg.
Yeah, cyborg, she like, controls metal, she can control metal.
But they didn't know that yet.
Didn't know that. So what she did was she escaped and she quickly used metal and she flew on the metal all the way to Hawaii and because she was metal, like,
If you ever
like,
played Subway Surfers, it's like that one if you will.
and so I was there and I was stabbed. I realised, oh my goodness, I'm stabbed. So she got there just in time. I was dying. I was trying to fight these guys one by one. They were fully grown men. She got there just in time. My knight in shining, well, my cyborg in shining armor, shall I say, in shining metal, shall I actually correct myself and say. And we were just sitting down and, the whole time I'm just waiting there and she picked me up, she switched me on my feet, what can I say? And she just saved me, she brought me home. And,
By then it was like midnight, it was a full moon as well, so when we were flying over the moon, we shared a
passionate kiss. What? Yeah. We were flying past the moon.
and we shared a passionate
hug.
kiss. We were like,
So guys, that's the end of the story. We
Part-
kissed, we fell in love.
part 2 coming soon.
Part 2 coming
because
soon.
We hear the recruiters outside.
Yeah, so welcome back to another. Here, would you like to catch a mouse? I didn't.
I look like I'm crying.
No.
Should we fake cry? In the middle of the video. Should we think about how...
Wait.
This is a plan. Should we fake cry in the middle of the video and pretend someone like a comrade died? Like my friend. Hello?
Right. Comrade.
Oh my God!